अस्सलाम गाइस, मेरा नाम अम्मार फ्रीलांसिंग वाला है और आज हम न्यू टॉपिक पे बात करेंगे टॉक विद चैट जीपीटी। तो अपने टास्क की तरफ चलते हैं। हेलो चैट जीपीटी, हाउ आर यू?
Hey, I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going so far?
आई एम गुड।
Glad. Of course. I'm right. No worries at all. Take your time. If you have something on your mind or just want to chat, I'm here whenever you're ready.
So my question is, hi chat जीपीटी, today let's talk about day 19, how less can lead to more.
I love that topic. It's really powerful, right? Sometimes when we simplify, cut out the excess, we actually create more space for what really matters. What's been on your mind about it?
Okay, yeah, it sounds like the opposite of multitasking, but how does it work in practice?
Yeah, exactly. So in practice, it's about focusing on just a few key things at a time, removing the distractions. You give more energy to the essentials, and as a result, you get clearer outcomes, less stress, and often better quality in your work or life.
So quality is more important than quantity. How does this apply to lifestyle?
Yeah, that's a great point. In life, it often means prioritizing the relationships, habits, or goals that really align with your values. So you're not just filling time, but creating deeper meaning. By doing fewer things but with more intention, you often end up more fulfilled.
But people usually like to stay busy. They feel productive that way.
Yeah, totally. I think that's a big trap. Being busy can feel like progress, but it doesn't always mean you're moving toward what really matters. So sometimes slowing down, cutting out the fluff, actually lets you be more intentional and in the long run, more productive in a meaningful way.
So makes sense. Is there any science behind this?
Yeah, there's actually strong research showing that doing less can make you more productive. For example, studies have found that working fewer hours, like around 48 per week, can keep or even boost your output. When you focus on fewer, more important tasks, you give your brain the space to think deeply, reduce distractions, and avoid burnout. So you actually achieve better results in less time.
So focus and simplification are both key.
Exactly. By narrowing your focus, you reduce mental clutter, which makes it easier to be creative, make better decisions, and ultimately get more meaningful things done. So it's kind of a superpower once you get used to it.
So my question is practical steps. How do we apply this less but more principle?
Great question. A few practical steps. First, identify your top two or three priorities each day. Really narrow it down. Then set boundaries. Limit how many tasks you take on. You can also do a weekly reflection. What worked, what didn't, and adjust. And finally, create space. Schedule breaks, downtime, or even just some quiet time so you don't burn out.
So sounds simple but hard to implement. Uh, any famous examples of these principles? Detailed explain it.
Absolutely. A classic example is Greg McEwen, who wrote Essentialism. He really dives into this idea, doing less but better, and how it applies both to work and life. Another one is Cal Newport, who talks about deep work, focusing on fewer, deeper tasks to get more impactful results. Both really break down the practical side of this approach.
So Wow, real life example makes it stronger. How can we apply this in everyday life? Explain it.
Yeah, exactly. So, one everyday approach is to do a daily highlight. Each morning, choose one or two main things you absolutely want to get done. Then, batch similar tasks so you handle all emails at once or all errands at once, and set a cutoff, like a certain time each day, so you don't overextend. It's those small daily habits that build up and keep you aligned with your priorities.
ChatGPT, so less distractions equals more results. So less focus, fewer options, more clarity and productivity.
Exactly. When you strip away all the noise, you give yourself this clear runway to actually focus on what counts. So, fewer choices, fewer distractions, just a lot more intentional action. And that's where real progress happens.
So perfect. I understand this concept clearly now. Uh,
I'm so glad. Yeah, it's a simple shift in thinking, but it can be really transformative once you practice it. If you ever want to apply it to a specific area, like your work or personal goals, just break it down step by step and you'll be golden.
that's good. ChatGPT, today we are talking about how less can lead to more. I am curious how can doing less actually help us achieve more.
Yeah, it's a bit counterintuitive at first, but when you do less, you actually free up mental energy and time. You stop spreading yourself thin so you can dive deeper into one thing, produce higher quality work, and actually see bigger results. It's all about being intentional with your focus.
So basically, it's like quality over quantity.
Exactly. It's all about prioritizing the things that truly drive value. When you focus on a few meaningful actions, you get more impact, and you avoid that burnout that comes from just chasing busyness.
So, okay. Can you give me a simple example? So it's like prioritizing the most important things.
Yeah, absolutely. Think of it like this. If you have a big project, instead of trying to juggle 10 small tasks at once, you pick the single most crucial part, say a core deliverable, and focus on that. You give it your full attention, and once it's done, you'll have a real milestone instead of just a flurry of half finished things.
So, okay, but in real life, people always try to do so much. Why is that?
Yeah, that's so true. I think a lot of it is just this constant pressure. Like we feel more worthy if we're busy. Plus, we worry if we don't do everything, we'll fall behind. But once you break that cycle, trusting that fewer focused efforts actually get you further, it gets easier.
So, make sense. Is this why multitasking isn't effective?
Exactly. Multitasking splits your attention, so none of the tasks get your full focus. When you do fewer things with full presence, you actually get more done and often better quality. So it's really about that intentional focus.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it takes some practice, but just start small. Pick one area where you can apply it and then see how it feels. I think you'll be surprised by the clarity you gain.
Uh, so, my next question is
Of course.
interesting. So, is this a less is more principle in the use?
Yeah, exactly. It's often called the less is more principle, and you see it all over in design, in minimalism, even in business strategy. It's all about prioritizing the essentials so that what you do have is more impactful, purposeful, and sustainable.
So, can you give me some examples outside of studies?
Absolutely. Think about a capsule wardrobe. just a few versatile pieces, but each one gets a ton of use. Or in tech, a minimalist app with a few powerful features versus an overloaded one. Even in cooking, like a few fresh, high quality ingredients that create a simple, perfect dish. All about those essentials.
Okay, got it. I feel ready to try this principle in my own life. Explain it.
That's awesome. I think you'll really see the benefits once you give it a go. Just remember, it's a practice. So start with one area and be patient with yourself. And if you ever need to reflect or adjust, I'm here to help.
Okay. So,
Yeah, take
my
your time. No rush at all. Whenever you start, just see how it feels. And if you run into any hurdles or need adjustments, we'll figure it out together.
you're welcome, ChatGPT. Keep practicing focus and prioritization. Less can truly lead to more. Uh, if you are agree, then type yes. Allah Hafiz, guys.
Yes, I completely agree. Keep that focus and prioritization, and you'll see real progress. Take care, and Allah Hafiz.